Have you ever wondered what love really is? Love isn't a face, a body, or wealth. It's a feeling not seen with the eyes, but felt with the heart and soul. Often, we think that only beauty is worthy of love, that someone with money, a car, and status must be the true lover. But the truth is, love isn't about those things. It comes from the truth of one's existence. It doesn't see wealth, color, or caste. It's just a silent feeling that in some quiet moment slips into the heart and then stays there without making noise, without asking for anything. I had recently completed my FSC pre-university studies. One chapter of education had ended and the next university life was knocking at the door. I left my hometown and set out for a big city where I had been admitted to a well-known university. My heart was filled with joy and excitement, but also a strange unease. It was the first time I was leaving my home, my street, my small circle behind. I knew the people there and the environment would be different from what I was used to. I was shy by nature. I didn't talk much, and financially I was also not well off. Just thinking about it made me anxious that the students there would be rich, confident, dressed in expensive clothes, and speak in English. I kept wondering to myself, will I be able to adjust among them? Will anyone accept me? Or will I remain alone? The first day of university felt like the beginning of a whole new chapter in life. As I entered the class, my heartbeat seemed to race ahead of my steps. The faces were unfamiliar, the environment was new, and I felt like I had stepped into another world. The first day passed in introductions. Everyone shared their names, hometowns, and dreams. I simply said my name in plain words and stayed quiet. The next day, when I reached the university, my eyes suddenly fell on her, a girl who, perhaps even in her simplicity, was something special. She wasn't talking to me, nor looking at me, but for some reason, my heart was drawn to her in that very moment. It felt like time had stopped, and all around me there was only her face. She stayed within my line of sight the entire day. I neither called out to her, nor spoke a word, just silently, as if my heart had accepted her presence. And perhaps that moment was the first step toward love. A few days passed, and I began to hear things about her. Someone told me she belonged to a wealthy business family. An expensive phone, a designer purse, always sitting at the front of the class, these were her everyday habits. Then I found out she topped every semester. A strange heaviness settled on my heart. I was poor, simple clothes, an old bag, and a phone that sometimes switched off on its own. Even paying my university fees felt like fighting a war. I began to wonder, why would a girl like her even notice a regular guy like me? Do I even have the right to get close to her? I saw her every day. Every day I wanted to speak to her, but I kept stopping myself. I didn't talk to any girls, didn't even meet anyone's gaze. Just kept thinking one thought over and over in my heart. If there's love, it's only for her. And if this is a dream, maybe it's impossible. One day, I thought, if I don't express my love now, I may never get the chance. There was a fire inside me, slowly burning me from within. I decided I would tell her how I felt, no matter what. I wouldn't hide my feelings. But when I faced her, my tongue betrayed me. I stood in front of her, my heartbeat racing, eyes filled with questions. Then the moment came. I said, "W, would you like to have coffee with me?" There was hesitation in my voice, as if I was saying something huge. She smiled and stayed silent for a few moments. Then she said, "Why are you so shy?" I replied, "Maybe because I'm in love with you." The moment those words left my mouth, it felt like the world had stopped. It was a strange moment. She stayed silent for a few seconds, and I kept wondering what she would say. Then she spoke. "Your simplicity and honesty are special, but I'm already in love with someone else." A deep sadness sank into my heart. But I bowed my head and said, "I'll never bother you. I just came to tell you that I love you." She smiled and walked away, and I just stood there, watching her go. There was a feeling in my heart like the heaviest burden in the world had been lifted. Time went on, and I continued to see her every day at the university. She was happy, absorbed in her own world, but my world revolved only around her. I made a silent promise to myself that I wouldn't say anything more because she loved someone else. There was a void in my heart, one that could never truly be filled. But then, One day at a university event, when we were all gathered together, she called me aside. "Are you okay?" she asked. There was something in her eyes, as if she wanted to know more, but I tried to suppress my emotions. "Yeah, just feeling a little tired," I replied, and she stayed quiet for a while. Then she said, "You know, sometimes I feel like the things we need the most in life are the ones farthest from us." Her words sank deep into my heart, as if her own heart, too, had once come close to a difficult truth. But even then, I said nothing. I thought to myself, maybe this is time to make my place and wait for what fate has in store. Days passed, and I decided to take a new direction in my life. I started putting more effort into my studies. I began actively participating in university projects, seminars, and various activities. My thinking started to change. Loving that girl wasn't enough. I had to prove myself too. And soon, my hard work started to pay off. My voice began to be heard in the classroom, and my work began to be appreciated. People no longer saw me as just another ordinary student, but as someone dedicated and hardworking. Then one day, the girl I had always loved silently came looking for me in the university library. "You've changed a lot," she said. "There's something different in your eyes now." I smiled and replied, "We all change. It's not necessary that what we love will always be close to us, but when we better ourselves, the world naturally comes closer to us." She stayed quiet, then softly said, "There's truth in your words, and maybe you've started listening to the voice of your heart." One day, as I was walking through the university campus, that same girl, whom I had always kept hidden in my heart, stopped right in front of me. There was a strange kind of smile on her face, as if she was about to say something important. My heartbeat quickened, and I thought to myself, is she here to tell me something? "Your words affect me deeply," she said gently. "And now I understand that the path you took was actually a reflection of your inner truth." A wave of happiness rushed through my heart, but I still remained silent, as if I were dreaming. She continued, "The change you brought in yourself is truly admirable, and I've realized that love isn't just about feelings. It's a relationship in which two people understand each other and value each other's efforts and struggles." "What are you trying to say?" I finally gathered the courage to ask. She smiled and said, Maybe I've begun to understand the truth in your heart. And I want to tell you that your simplicity and love have taught me so much." My heart started to race again, and then she said, "I love you." That was a moment I had dreamed of, the moment I had waited for, and the moment destiny had now turned into reality. It truly felt magical, the way she recognized the depth of my heart and shared her own. To me, she wasn't just a girl. She was a dream, a hope, and the feeling I had been searching for all my life. Our love was not just between hearts. It gave us the strength to walk a new path together led by fate. We promised to stand by each other through both success and failure. Our relationship became a love that was true, lasting, and selfless. After university, when we began our new life together, we realized that love doesn't just grow in hearts. It grows in mutual support and understanding. When love is true, it is expressed not just in words, but from the depths of the heart. Truth, simplicity, and honesty are essential in love. If you truly love someone, the first thing you must do is preserve your self-respect and confidence. Love doesn't mean losing yourself. It means standing by each other and working for each other's well-being. If you love someone, never force them to love you back. Love doesn't grow through pressure. It flourishes in freedom. Respect the other person's wishes, opinions, and feelings because mutual respect is essential in true love. And most importantly, love should never come from a place of inferiority. If you love someone from the depths of your heart, then that love includes accepting not only their strengths, but also their flaws. Balance is necessary in love. When you love someone, you give them a place in your heart, but you must also hold on to your own dreams and goals. In the end, love is not what you see. It is what you feel within. If you want true love, then always love with a sincere, honest, and selfless heart. And with that, our story comes to an end. We request you all to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends.